It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, the 10th of June. I'm Michael Groff. Temperatures near seasonal averages today, but then the heat starts to build, and by late in the weekend and through next week, a prolonged period of excessive and dangerously hot temperatures moves in here. One complication to the forecast will exist as moisture starts to increase later next week. We'll talk about the implications of that as well. But first, here's the almanac from yesterday. 103 degrees the afternoon high, 77 was the morning low, and that's almost exactly where we ought to be for this time of year. As we look outside right now, here at 8:20 a.m., we've got some high clouds out there once again this morning. 83 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point at 35, relative humidity 18%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures this morning, I see a 60 over there at Fort McDowell. That's probably from at least an hour ago. Otherwise, we're mostly in the 70s to lower 80s through the metro. The upper air look right now shows high pressure over the central and eastern parts of the country. Meanwhile, a trough over the Pacific Northwest, and that's helping to keep the flow aloft southwesterly and keeping the ridge away from us for now. But as that system lifts out, the ridge will expand over Arizona in coming days. Checking out the watch warning map, and for the third or fourth morning in a row, we have flood and flash flood watches over parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and now over sections of Alabama as well. Elsewhere, heat advisories over the Plain States, and out here in the west, dry conditions, very hot, so of course, elevated fire danger. Those are the red flag warnings you see. And here in the southwest, excessive heat watches and warnings. And for Phoenix, we're in the excessive heat warning now, and that's in effect from 10 a.m. Sunday through 8 p.m. next Friday. The National Weather Service very confident in that prolonged excessive heat period that I've been talking about with dangerously hot temperatures. All right, here's the convective outlook for today. We've got the enhanced risk of severe storms way up north over the Dakotas and Nebraska, with the standard slight risks and marginal risks for the adjacent areas, another marginal risk over parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And the precipitation outlook valid through next Thursday morning from the WPC. No rain in the valley, nothing statewide, basically nothing region-wide, as high pressure will be the dominant feature. But again, there are some complications to this forecast, and we'll talk about it in more detail as we go to modeling now. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing over the northwestern states, and just north of Arizona, a broad west and southwesterly flow here. Heights pretty close to average again, so down at the surface. Partly cloudy sky today. High temperatures, upper 90s to near 102. That's right about where we should be, maybe even a degree below average. Tonight, partly cloudy in the evening, mostly clear overnight. Lows mainly in the upper 60s to middle 70s. And then tomorrow, with that trough lifting out, the ridge begins to expand, and so our warming trend begins. Highs 102 to 106, the sky mostly sunny. Then the weekend, here comes the heat big time. Highs 106 to 110 on Saturday with sunny sky. Sunday, upper heights continuing to climb, so high temperatures 109 to 113. And then on Monday and continuing through much of next week, the ridge will be firmly locked in over the western states. Centered just to the north of Arizona, upper heights over eastern Utah and Colorado, somewhere in the 597 to 599 decameter range. That represents record levels for those areas. Even here in Arizona, the upper heights pretty close to that. So high temperatures 113 to 116 on Monday with a sunny sky. Mostly sunny on Tuesday, highs 114 to 117. And I have no doubt that the hottest desert spots of southeast California and southwest Arizona could touch 120 degrees. Now, on Wednesday, the upper high still centered over Colorado, so the mid-level flow here across Arizona should be out of the southeast, and I expect to see a subtle increase in the amount of moisture across the state, maybe even enough for an isolated shower or thunderstorm someplace in the higher terrain. But the thermal profiles being what they are, very warm and with very shallow lapse rates through the atmospheric column, it's just not a great setup for any widespread convection. Nevertheless, a few clouds coming in, and with that subtle moisture increase, temperatures might back off a degree or two, but we're still going to be excessively hot. Highs 113 to 116 on Wednesday, maybe dropping another degree or two as we go out to a week from today. This is Thursday, the 17th. And you can see high pressure centered to the north of us, and that's a pretty favorable setup to bring any moisture that happens to be around into the state. An east-southeasterly flow, that looks kind of monsoonal, doesn't it? And let's go out 10 days. This is Saturday the 19th. The ridge now weakening a bit, still centered over southern Colorado or northern New Mexico. The flow still remains south-southeasterly across Arizona, and so the heat levels would be coming down. But look what else is happening here. That does look monsoonal. We've got the showers and thunderstorms lined up over the Sierra Madre and across the eastern mountains of our state and through the Intermountain West. Very interesting setup, to say the least. But again, this is 10 days out. A lot is likely to change. But what's interesting is not only the consistency in advertising this change in the weather pattern, but also take note of what's happening there around the Sabine Pass. Southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana, the GFS, and the European both show a tropical system out there toward next weekend in that region. And that is supported by the ensemble guidance as well. So it's very unusual to see such agreement and such remarkable consistency in a pattern 10 days out. But I still want to remind you, it's 10 days out. So things can change. All right, now let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix over the next couple of weeks coming off of the GFS ensemble. You've got 31 members here, and about 27 of them are advertising some degree of light precipitation from now through late June. And again, some of these members are, 1, 2, 300ths of an inch. Others are significantly more than that. The ensemble mean around 1,500ths of an inch. That's kind of eyebrow raising for this time of year. I'm still not ready to buy into the solution or the idea of the monsoon coming in just yet, but the models are sure trending that way and have been consistently so for a while. So this is definitely more hopeful than anything we saw during all of 2020. So that's encouraging. And then temperatures off the national blend of models, pretty close to average today, but then here comes the heat. And the NBM has us maxed out on Wednesday at 116, but whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, it's going to be excessively hot all of next week until that ridge starts to get dampened late in the week and next weekend, and a potential increase in moisture comes into the southwest. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You guys be safe, stay cool, and hydrated out there. Watch those kids around water and have yourselves a beautiful Thursday.